welcome to the Morning News. This is the first bulletin of the day on TV3. Right here on New Day, this bulletin is coming to you live from the news app here at Desawi Kanda. On Facebook, we're live on TV3 Ghana and on DSTV channel 279. My name is Josh Quinn. Top of the stories is Electoral Commission says no to rerun in Ablekuma North and urges Parliament to support pleas in securing their coalition process. And Tema Assembly teams up with NADMO to assist victims of a fire that destroyed over 500 structures in the industrial area. Also coming up this morning, some MPP MPs openly backed Dr. Bawumia's bid to lead the party in the 2028 elections. We have details of these stories and many more coming up in the next 20 minutes. If you spend your time with me, you can also get interactive with us. We're live on Facebook. It's TV3 Ghana. Now, the Electoral Commission says it is not considering a rerun of the Ablekuma North parliamentary elections until all processes involved in the recollation exercise is exhausted. The Commission has come under intense scrutiny following its failure to declare results months after the elections and denying constituents of fair representation in Parliament. Deputy Commissioner Dr. Bosman Asari appeared in Parliament on Thursday to brief the House on fallouts from the 2024 general elections.
The coalition should continue, whilst the other party stated that there should be rerun in 37 polling stations. To conclude, the coalition process in Ablekuma North has been very, very transparent, participatory and accountable. The agents of the MP and the NDC have always been present throughout the coalition, as well as the media. The evidence of what transpired from the 9th of December were captured by the media, and this shows a transparent process devoid of bias, and it was open. The parties agreed to the use of scan sheets, and their agents approved of them. Mr. Speaker, this has been the process so far, and the evidence exists with all the major media houses that covered the coalition. Mr. Speaker, the coalition has been transparent. As a commission, we are desirous of ensuring that the people of Ablekuma North have a representation in Parliament. We urge this Honourable House to assist us in getting the support of the Ghana Police Service to provide the requisite protection to enable us to complete this coalition exercise. Thank you very much.
Meanwhile, the minority and majority sides of Parliament have been reacting to the issue, where the leader of the minority side, Alexander Japenyo Markin, bemoaned the delay in police supervision for the exercise. On the part of the Majority Chief Whip Roxanne Nelson Dapiamako criticized the Electoral Commission on some irregularities perpetrated during the recollation exercise. Take a listen to these leaders.
The Electoral Commission has just told us that upon the conclusion of the elections in Ablekuma North in respect of the parliamentary elections, they could not account for some pink sheets. They could not. To the extent that they had to accept 25 scanned carbon copies from the MPP. To the extent that the Electoral Commission says that they have accepted scanned carbon copies from the new Patriotic Party. Mr. Speaker, this fact is not supported in the laws that govern the organization of our public elections. It does not. I am putting it to him. You are a layman, so you won't appreciate it. Putting it to him by way of question. Mr. Speaker, I am putting it to the Electoral Commissioner that the story that they took scanned carbon copies in the absence of the officially designated pink sheets from the Electoral Commission is irregular in terms of Regulation 43.
The Deputy Commissioner is saying that all they need is police protection. But in the fight for civil liberties and in the protection of rights and freedoms, people have suffered for it. I want to ask you, don't you think that you can take the moral high ground with all the confirmations done, like you did in the Domiko Abenya? Domiko Abenya, when you were declaring, there was no police. I was available. Domiko Abenya, there was no police. You, a party protested, but you proceeded. So don't you think that on the strength of what Mr. Idrisu and Mr. Nitiwo have advised, coupled with the very point I'm making, you as a commission can boldly proceed to conclude this so that Ghanaians will see that the police has delayed you and you had proceeded to do your constitutional duty even at the peril of your life.
Well, the police is awaiting green light from the police service and in terms of security to ensure that this very regulation exercise takes place. Let us know what you make of this. We are active on Facebook as TV3 Ghana. Engage us with your comments, reservations and opinions, and we'll surely read them and share them to the rest of the world. And now, Democracy Fellow at the Ghana Center for Democratic Development, Dr. John Osai Kwapon. Now, pardon me, we'll get update from that from CDD Ghana.
Yes, extremely concerning. Of course, during, in the immediate aftermath of the 2024 election, we saw some of the scenes at the coalition centers where party supporters had amassed and all of that. But even that, right, and we saw some isolated incidents of disruptive behavior, but not on the scale that marked the entire exercise. So it is very surprising that 6 months later, the EC does not feel that they can get the necessary security from the Ghana Police Service to be able to do this collation for Ablekuma North. I honestly think that our security services are capable enough, regardless of whatever tensions may arise or whatever, amassing at a collation center that partisan supporters of political parties would want to engage in. The security service is capable of providing that security. So I'm still not sure why 6 months later the security issue continues to dominate the concerns of the Electoral Commission.
And now some members of parliament from the minority New Patriotic Party visited the former Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, at his office to throw their support behind him as the party prepares for its presidential primaries early next year. It is anticipated that Dr. Bawumia will contest the lead to the party into the 2028 general elections. The MPs held a closed-door meeting with the former Vice President, giving him their support following the reports of some other key party members declaring their intentions to run for the flag bearership race.
This past visit with our members of parliament. I think that it was a very happy visit to be said. Courtesy call, and it's a call to declare support for me. And I am so happy in terms of the group that have declared support for me from parliament. Now amounts to just over 60 members of parliament. And we have 88 members of parliament. And so that tells you that a very significant number of members of parliament have declared their support for me. I just want to use this opportunity to thank all of them. The leader of the group here is Amprachu, who coordinated this, the MP for Bampo. And I believe that this is going to be very, very important because the members of parliament, as you know, control the constituencies to a large extent. And I'm very, very happy for exactly what they've done today. It's a strong show of support, and I thank them and I thank God for this strong show of support. And off we go. There's a lot of hard work to be done so that we can help the party and help the country.
Well, away from politics, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, says Ghana has not received any official notification from the U.S. barring Ghanaians from traveling to the U.S. Answering questions on the floor of Parliament, the minister also said Ghana's mission in Tehran and Israel have been closed temporarily due to the war between the two countries. Take a listen.
As the conflict between Iran and Israel intensifies, borders remained sealed. But Ghana's Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa says his outfit is focused on diplomatic engagement to secure the necessary authorizations for the safe evacuation of Ghanaians.
We've had to close our mission in Tehran because of what is happening between Israel and Iran. In Israel as well, the Israeli foreign minister has urged governments to ask their staff, foreign mission staff, to stay at home. So if you go to Tel Aviv today, our embassy is not open, but it doesn't mean we have withdrawn from the country. So there's a distinction, and I just want to clarify that.
On the speculation that Ghanaians will not be allowed to travel to the United States, Okudzeto-Ablakwa said no official notification has been received to that effect.
A lot of reports about some looming ban on Ghanaians, that we will not be able to travel to the States, we are going to be banned and all of that. Let me state, this is a house of record, that Ghana has not been officially notified that we are going to be placed on any prohibition list or on any ban where our citizens cannot travel to the United States. At this point, all of that is speculation. But as a proactive minister, I can assure honorable members that we are having high-level engagement. I have asked that we want to be assured that those leaks, because according to the U.S. media, those were leaks that they intercepted, internal memos. We want to be assured that there's really no merit. And so far, I can tell the people of Ghana that there is no cause for alarm. That is what we are receiving from our partners in Washington.
In more news this morning, the National Road Safety Authority, NRSA, and the Ayawaso West Municipal Assembly have destroyed more than 100 billboards mounted in the medians of principal streets in the capital. The billboards were deemed to be obstructing traffic flow and posing safety risks to road users.
Political and commercial billboards erected by corporate individuals for advertisement within medians of major roads were pulled down by a joint team from the National Road Safety Authority and the Ayawaso West Municipal Assembly. According to the National Road Safety Authority, these billboards, mounted in various sizes and clustered at different locations, mainly obstruct traffic flow, endanger the lives of road users at night, and degrade the aesthetics of the environment. Most of the billboards were destroyed in East Legon, where advertisers failed to obtain the required licenses from the Municipal Assembly. A task force from the Ayawaso West Municipal Assembly has since collected the metals as scrap. The Acting Director General of the National Road Safety Authority, Abraham Amaliba, insisted that the exercise was deliberate and necessary.
These billboards are a great danger to road users, motorists and pedestrians alike. And we at Road Safety, our responsibility is to ensure that the roads are safe.
He announced that individuals and agencies responsible for mounting the billboards in the medians will face prosecution. Amaliba further indicated that advertisers can consult the National Road Safety Authority for approved road billboard specifications when planning to mount future billboards.
So what they can do is to come to the Road Safety, we'll give them the specification, they go to the District Assembly, and the District Assembly will give them certification. But the medians are a no-go area.
Director in charge of regulation, inspection and compliance at the National Road Safety Authority, Kwame Kodria, corroborated the information and added that advertisements on footbridges and pedestrian overpasses are criminalized. This joint operation highlights the authorities' commitment to ensuring safer and more orderly road environments in the capital. By enforcing regulations on roadside advertisements, the National Road Safety Authority and municipal assemblies aim to reduce traffic hazards and improve the city's visual appeal, while encouraging advertisers to adhere to lawful and safe advertising practices. Stanley Niblew, TV3 News, Accra.
The Tema Metropolitan Assembly, TMA, says it is working with the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, and relief agencies to provide emergency support to victims of a devastating fire in the industrial area. And the blaze, which broke out late on Wednesday night, tore through the enclave, destroying more than 500 commercial and residential structures. My colleague Christian Yale has been to the scene and has further report.
This is how it all began. Thick, dark smoke curling into the night sky as flames tore through what was once a vibrant community. By Thursday morning, I arrived to find scenes of total devastation. Homes and businesses reduced to charred debris with traces of lives and livelihoods wiped away.
Even before I came to the hot zone, I heard a loud explosion, and the only thing I told myself is, why? It's a full tanker packed here. But then when I got here, looking at the situation, I noticed the explosion I heard was from an LPG cylinder. So that also didn't help the situation. I can estimate approximately about 500 structures gone down. We've done much. We're able to mobilize 7 fire engines to the scene, and we're able to contain the situation.
Business owners looked on in disbelief, while others searched through the ashes for anything to salvage.
We
could not salvage any of our belongings. Everything we built for ourselves is gone. We plead for immediate help.
Fire officers managed to contain the blaze, preventing it from spreading to nearby buildings. An investigation is now underway to determine the cause.
The actual cause of the fire is unknown. We are still doing our analysis to know the root cause of the incident. With regards to redevelopment of the area, we'll engage other stakeholders and see if there will be the need to redevelop. The best redevelopment strategy will be implemented to ensure that even such things may not occur in the future.
He rejected claims that the first fire tender to arrive at the scene had insufficient water.
A fire of this nature, at its fully developed stage, cannot be handled by just one fire engine. That's why the OIC of the initial crew, of the first crew, quickly mobilized additional fire engines to the scene. Getting direct access to the scene was a bit of a problem.
With little left to recover, the Tema Metropolitan Assembly says relief efforts are being intensified to support those affected. Officials from the National Disaster Management Organization are currently registering victims and assessing the extent of the damage.
Our hearts go out for the affected victims. We work out a package for them just to bring some comfort. And then going forward, we'll have a proper assessment of the situation and see the way forward.
This is a trail of destruction that was never seen coming, but it has dealt a heavy blow to residents who are occupants of this section of the Tema industrial area. And you realize that this has also become an opportunity for scrap dealers who are making good use of the remains. And so you see this scale, for instance, that is being used to measure the weight of these scraps so that they are able to remit the corresponding amount to occupant of these particular blocks within which they are gathering these items. They are only calling for help, and if there is any help, it should come now, right now for them. Christian Yale, TV3 News, Tema Heavy Industrial Area.
Well, on that extensive report, we end the morning news. For more news updates, you want to log on to our website at 3news.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, it's TV3 Ghana, for the latest updates. My name is George Quinnin. In the world where you can be anything, just be kind. It costs nothing to be kind. Roland Walker is back, and Kukwiti also joining you after this break. Have a good morning.